Welcome to New Sky TV. Are Huang, Haowen and Yuxin really dating? Their interactions spark heated debate. Focus on self or marketing? Recently, Huang, Haowen and Yuxin's names have been frequently linked, quietly dominating trending topics and discussion forums on various platforms. A fleeting glance, a natural interaction, a cryptic response, all seem magnified and scrutinized under the microscope of netizens. Some confidently assert they were definitely not just ordinary colleagues. Others calmly counter, is it a serious relationship, or a precisely timed marketing ploy? On camera, their chemistry is excessive, unintentional yet perfectly balanced, understated yet sweetly harmonious. Huang Haowen is known for her clear-headedness and composure, with a well-defined career plan and steady progress. Yuxin, on the other hand, is steadily rising in both her work and popularity, currently at the peak of her career. Would two people like this easily expose their private feelings to the public eye? Or is this ambiguous interaction itself a sophisticated narrative? Even more intriguing is that neither has directly addressed the relationship, nor has they denied it either. Without offering answers or closing the door, the discussion was allowed to ferment and emotions to spread. The sweetness was created by the audience themselves, the buzz was actively fueled by public opinion. The line between focusing on oneself and riding the wave to break out of the circle seems to be increasingly blurred. Perhaps this is the most subtle game in the entertainment industry today. Relationships are watched, sincerity is speculated, and even silence can become a signal. Are Huang Haowen and Yuxin living their lives seriously, or writing a meticulously designed story? The answer remains unrevealed, but the hype has clearly only just begun. And within this deliberately maintained silence, the shadow of that umbrella grows longer and longer. News of Yuxin's deletion and modification of materials spread like wildfire, like a pebble thrown into a seemingly calm lake. Her team, with an almost resolute attitude, stripped away all potentially related elements and subsequent promotional images. The original misty Jiangnan theme was forcibly replaced with a cold, hard urban night scene. The troublesome umbrella, in the final draft, became a withered branch, abandoned in the most desolate corner of the composition. The lights in Huang Haowen's studio stayed on until the early hours of the morning. Someone saw his manager smoking half a pack of cigarettes on the terrace, his phone screen flickering, but he ultimately didn't dial any numbers. The next day, a charity trip to a remote mountain area was added to Huang Haowen's schedule. The official announcement was heartwarming, seeking inner peace. But in leaked photos, he stood alone on a desolate mountain ridge, the umbrella gone, only heavy, leaden clouds filling the sky. Thus, this silent drama sparked by an umbrella suddenly plunged into deeper mystery. She's hiding, wrote the well-known entertainment columnist Deep Sea, analyzing, but hiding too hastily has revealed her true nature. If she truly had no intention, why make such a fuss? The article pointed out that Yuxin's team deleted not only similar umbrellas, but also a pre-planned shot that echoed the sentiment of Huang Haowen's breakout work. She's severing an implication of inheritance, which is more ruthless than severing ambiguity. The industry began to analyze this ruthlessness. Some speculated that this was a declaration of the new generation team's eagerness to establish independence. Others sensed a more complex signal. Perhaps cooperation had already been secretly underway, and the severing ties was merely a counterintuitive link in a hype chain. After all, the negation of negation often generates even more intense attention. Huang Haowen's silence was thus given a deeper interpretation. His trip to the mountains was magnified, every frame scrutinized. Did his profile when he bent down to talk to the left-behind children show a hint of loneliness than usual? Was his long stillness while gazing at the distant mountains a response to some unspeakable loss? The confrontation between fans had escalated. One side accused the other of crossing the river and burning the bridge, while the other countered with failed blood-sucking. In a corner untouched by the battle, a secret expectation was quietly growing. Like all captivating stories, when the protagonist tries to go against the grain, the threads of fate often entwine even more tightly. Until a week later, the invitation list for a top fashion gala simultaneously announced both of their names. On the red carpet, Yuxin, in a dark green velvet gown, exuded a cool, aloof elegance, her steps never faltering as she passed the media area, leaving only a faint scent of cedar. Huang Haowen, on the other hand, unexpectedly chose a vibrant indigo velvet suit, chatting and laughing with several senior figures, her gaze never straying towards the dark green gown. Throughout the entire banquet, separated by the bustling world of fame and fortune, at their closest point no more than 10 meters, yet feeling as if an entire galaxy separated them. However, during the charity auction, the climax of the banquet, a piece of vintage jewelry was presented, a brooch inlaid with pearls and jade, designed as two intertwined leaves enveloped in raindrops. The host's introduction was meaningful. This item is named Yuxin, derived from harmonizing with the world, implying a subtle and unspoken bond. The camera instantly panned to the audience. Haowen was looking down, adjusting her cuffs, her expression unreadable. Yuxin, however, in the fleeting moment the camera focused on her, subtly, almost imperceptibly, raised an eyebrow. While the phantom of that umbrella was still swirling and fermenting in the public opinion arena, Yuxin quietly joined the crew and plunged into the filming location in the desolate northwest desert. The wind and sand were the only protagonists here, blowing away her makeup but not the light in her eyes. The new drama was a tough one. The role she played required solid opera skills. The director originally planned to use a stunt double for several difficult movements, but she shook her head and hired an old master from the provincial Kung Fu opera troupe 3 months in advance to hone every movement and every glance. After joining the crew, no matter how late she finished work each day, she would practice her water sleeves 1,000 times in front of a yellowed mirror in a makeshift practice room. That transparent umbrella that had once caused a storm, and all the lingering speculations associated with it, were kept out of the dust swirling on the set. A veteran actor in the same crew noticed this, and during a break from filming, he handed her a bottle of water and said casually, "Girl, patience is key to a long journey." She unscrewed the cap and simply smiled. Sweat trickled down her forehead, mingling with dust, making her look somewhat disheveled, yet exceptionally vivid. At that moment, she wasn't anyone's junior sister, nor the subject of a scandal, but simply an actress attempting to become one with the character. Meanwhile, Haowen's high-profile charity trip to the mountainous region, after a brief period trending on social media, was quickly overshadowed by new entertainment topics. People soon discovered that the composition of his team's carefully released Searching for Tranquility series of photos subtly overlapped with the award-winning work of an international photographer. Although fans vehemently defended it as a tribute, criticisms of imitation and craftsmanship were already subtly emerging. The winds of public opinion began to shift imperceptibly. A popular post appeared on a film and television forum, titled, "Leaving Aside That Umbrella Scene, Objectively Evaluate Haowen and Yuxin's Achievements in the Past 3 Years." The post used data. Yuxin's leading roles in the past 3 years had an average Debon score of 7.1, with her highest score being 7.9. Haowen's leading roles in the same period had an average score of 6.3, with her highest score being 6.8. The comments section was unusually calm. Wang's works have a higher overall viewership, but their reputation fluctuates greatly. He's clearly relying on past successes. chooses scripts that are riskier, but each breakthrough leaves a lasting impression, demonstrating strong staying power. I was blinded by gossip before, now I see one is trying to break free from the idol image, while the other is still stuck in it. These comments, like fine needles, weren't fatal, but they pierced through certain superficial illusions. On the day Yuxin finished filming, she posted a black and white photo. She was facing away from the camera, gazing at the horizon at the end of the desert, her practice clothes with a tear in the sleeves, fluttering in the wind. The caption was only 2 words, "Thank you." She didn't tag anyone, nor did she bring up any past events. Yet, she received likes from several heavyweight directors and screenwriters in the industry. This was a silent recognition from the professional field, carrying more weight than 10,000 trending topics. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.